Anyways. Oh, what is this? That's not what I want. Well, that's stupid. What's up, everybody?
Hi, welcome. This is us now.
That's funny. What happened there? Why did that shut off like that?
It's alright.
Anyways, welcome back. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I know that's a couple days away, but you won't see us, so
Yeah.
sorry. Anyways, yeah, we'll kind of jump into it. We'll talk about a little bit of South Dakota hockey. That just started off here this last week. Aberdeen Cougars are 2-0 right now. They did pretty good this weekend. I think as coaches, we're happy with victories, of course. But second game we wanted to see, we won 6-0, but it would have been really nice and helpful, I think, to try to get that 7-8. But overall, yeah, good wins. Other teams are looking good as well. Rapid, they're 3-0. They played some pretty tough games. They're getting the hang of themselves, it looks like. Brookings did very good, and just some teams still figuring things out. So, but we got Brookings this Saturday. It'll be a good one to kind of see where we're at and what we need to work on, and which I like. I've always liked having Brookings first, give you a good understanding where you're at and where you have them at the end of the season, kind of see how well you performed. So we did that pretty well last year too. I think we had them about the same time. We kind of got crushed, and then next game we saw them was a lot closer, so we were pretty happy with that. So, so overall not too shabby. And then we play Watertown as well, so both away though, so we'll be a little exciting.
Yeah, when's your first weekend after? Is that your first home games?
No, we had first home games this last.
Oh yeah,
weekend.
That was this last weekend. Yeah,
so,
yeah, it was very you can still do a thing for like at the
Booster Cup. No,
not that. No, I know that. Yeah, I know that. I mean like like MVP of the game for your team wise.
Yeah,
we had the helmet.
We had a helmet. Yeah, we had a construction helmet.
Yep.
What these
still do that?
No. Well, we do that, but not with a helmet. The kids, what we'll do is they got a gold chain.
Okay.
A metal chain, and we put it on the rink, like on the outside, like the board where the ice is at.
Okay.
Like just from condensation, ice builds up on the outside. They set it on there, and so after the game, the MVP gets a nice cold metal chain around their neck. So
that's kind of cool. That's interesting. Who came up with that idea though?
I have no idea. That was there when I was there a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, goes by kids. The coaches agreed on who to give it to the first game, and then after that, players then take it over. So
okay, nice. That's a cool little thing.
So that'll be be very interesting. We made a few line changes kind of already just to see how kids fit in different roles, and we'll see how that plans out for us. We're excited. We're thrilled. We've got 2 more practices, and I'm kind of a little excited. Brookings has a game Friday, so hopefully on Saturday they're a little bit tired, and we can kind of use our 4 lines to kind of really tire them out and beat them down a little bit. But
yeah, tough going home, and playing their rink.
Yeah,
so they've always got.
I told them it can be done.
They've got a big student section most of the time.
Yeah,
so it could be pretty fun. It's pretty fun though.
It is.
It is pretty because they're not really used to that. I mean, I don't know how it is now. If they have if at home here they have a big student section that comes out to watch the guys.
Not first game at least.
No.
But yeah, no. I told him, hey, it's beating Brookings can be done. I know from experience.
Yes.
My senior year, we beat Brookings twice, and no one else did that all year. So we were the only team to do that.
And the last time we beat them was what, 2003?
Oh gosh, yeah, it was a long time.
So it was over 10 years.
To even beat them 2 times in a row, that's probably even longer.
Yeah.
But so Brookings here has always been tough, and so they're always a team you want to beat. Same with Rapid, team you want to beat now. Rapid's up there, really good.
They have good chemistry. Those guys, it's like they really are. They know where they're at. They have a good hockey sense.
I think a lot of it has to do with Rapid and Brookings for sure. They start their young guys, like the Pee-wees, Bantams, and they're all on the same page. So by the time they get up to varsity, they're already like masters almost in what their concept is.
Yeah, and their role.
And for everyone else, it's like, okay, varsity, this is what we do a little bit different. And
Yeah.
I kind of have now these kids got to learn and learn and learn, and so
I
that's
would
what they
agree.
do really well.
I would agree. I would agree to that. That they develop
Yeah.
better, younger,
So-
better. They do it a lot better. They do it more. I don't know. I mean, like here we're like, we're free to everybody to participate and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But they're more serious. It seems like more
Well,
about
yeah.
like it, I mean, yeah, obviously you want to have like a winning culture. It helps to have that winning culture. But like, it seems they take that maybe a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
I think more so, and that helps too. They got all year round ice. I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah, that does help. Same with like Sioux Falls. They're a tough team. I feel like if Aberdeen had that and guys would participate all year round, yeah, it could be different. But
God, I would love that all year round ice.
Doesn't happen right now. So
being able to get on the ice in July
that would be nice.
really nice.
So
without
practice. Like, hey, we're having practice 2 days a week.
Yeah. Oh, I would have loved that. Because we could go to Mitchell. That's probably the closest. Or Watertown.
Pierre is probably the closest for us.
No. Well,
at that one behind Walmart.
I know, but at the like our senior year or junior year, remember Mitchell built that other rink.
Yeah.
And so like that was kind of like their practice rink.
Yeah. So I guess.
So like they had that up all year.
Yeah.
For distance wise, it wouldn't be that far.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I don't see that happening unless Odie somehow decides I'm done with this and does his own thing, but I don't see it happening for us for a long time.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's just because of the fair. Really.
Yeah. Anyways, let's hop into it right to the Pacific Division.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna take it right off the bat. I'll talk about the Kings.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah,
let's
I
get it off your chest. This is a safe area.
Mute the mic and scream now, or do I do it later? There's a guy on Twitter I follow, and I feel his pain, and I like so bad every time he talks about the Kings, and
you feel like he's speaking from your heart.
Yeah, like how I feel is like he puts it out there, and for crying out loud, when you lose you're tied 2-2 after the second, and then you go on and lose to one of the worst teams in the league. Again, like I understand the Sharks are up and coming, but man, that hurts. I haven't been really able to watch a lot of the like end of the games, but yeah, the guy on Twitter, Russell, he talked about there's no emotions out there, and there's no one that wants to pretty much give it all. Again, it's the NHL, but like you can, and it's funny because like you can still tell when, especially if you've been around hockey for so long, you can tell when guys aren't themselves.
Yep.
And I think that's where the Kings are at. I know there's been talk around, the owner firing the president and the GM of the Kings if they don't start doing anything. And seems like the coach will be okay. It's what I've been looking at on Twitter. But with the Kings, dude, like I don't want them to go down that Boston era where you got to fire the coach.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like I don't think it's right now is the coach's fault. I do think it's management and the Rob Blake and Luke Robitaille. I think they've been doing this for a while now, and they just haven't been going good. Yeah, we're only third right now, but Edmonton's right behind us.
Yeah,
and we're slowly going away from a wild card spot.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like, yeah, if they don't make a trade, I don't know what Russ actually, we'll get into the Rangers. They're willing to trade away Kreider
and Trouba.
And so Russ is like, I don't know how that would work, but I would love to see Kreider. And honestly, I think that would be freaking nice too.
Yeah, he's on pace this year to score 44, 45 goals.
Yeah.
Right now.
So if that's the case, I don't know what you got. You're gonna have to get rid of some high prices, but
you have pieces. You guys are good development. You got young guys, good development.
So I don't know. again, I know we talk about teams, be ready for this team to make moves, moves, moves.
Hmm.
Well, no one's making moves. Nashville, we'll get to them, are making something, but I don't know. I'm excited. I think in the cup, starting next month, we're gonna be seeing something happen. There's
Yeah.
got to be like it's running short on some of these teams. I know they wait till the trade deadline, but
Hmm.
we'll get to some teams where I think are like you got to go now or you're not gonna make anything happen.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
but oh well. So that's my thing on the Canes. I think they got to again they have some good games and they got a really crappy game,
yeah.
and they got to find something to I don't know, motivate them or something, dude, and just play like balls to the wall every game because they're
Yeah.
not doing it at all.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't have that, especially getting because the Sharks are a really young team, and the Kings aren't that young of a team anymore,
Mm-mm.
and so like they're at that middle ground, so they've got NHL games behind them and experience. So getting 5 unanswered scored on you in the third period to a very young team, that is kind of concerning. You know,
Yeah,
I do agree. That's not something I want to look at,
yeah,
and especially how it's going right now in the Pacific with Calgary on the rise, Vancouver like saying coming up, and Vegas still staying on the top spot. Kings lose too much, they drop down low fast.
dude, it's not pretty really. If you look at Calgary before a couple of days ago, Calgary just lost, but they were on like a 4-game winning streak.
Yeah.
They're right now second overall. Vegas hasn't been slowing down. They've been just cooking at 30 points right now. Um, doesn't look like they're going to be stopping anytime soon.
Mm.
But yeah, and so
And
like
if
we're
Edmonton can go away from only relying on Draisaitl and McDavid, and they get back to who they are,
yeah,
they're going to shoot
which
up there.
going to Edmonton. Yeah, they're tied with games with the Canes, but 1 point back
Hmm.
for that third spot right now. And yeah, Edmonton's other guys need to start producing and trying to win games without Connor and Draisaitl because that's just not going to win them a Stanley Cup. I know they're big time favorites, but
Yep.
they got to figure something out too on that end. So
And Skinner needs to be a little more consistent.
yeah,
He was a goalie of the week this last week, but
hmm
he faces too many shots, and so it's tough to you're gonna let some in when you're facing so many of those shots. And he
yeah,
had almost a .9 for the week. Save percentage was like a .89, some or .886 or something like that. But still, I'd say if he could play a little bit, more consistent play, and they go away from the two main guys, Oilers could be on the hot rise.
yeah, for sure. And they're only 6 points back of first place. So that's 3 games. It's kind of crazy to think.
Especially, yeah, how they started the
But
season.
yeah, so
Because you can't say the same for Nashville.
no,
That's for
we'll
sure.
get to those guys here in a second.
Mm.
But yeah, Vancouver's playing tonight. DeBrusk playing against his old team scores the first goal of the game. So congrats to Jake there. But Vancouver, a team that looked like looked like the Jets last year, have kind of fallen down and are now like a mediocre team. The team where we thought were going to be a little bit higher is kind of right in the middle of the pack. So
Yeah.
I don't. Again, they're only 23, 1 point behind. And honestly, I guess they're in a good position because they've only played 19 games. Everyone has been playing 20 or 22 right now, and
Hmm.
they're only 1 game back of of Edmonton. So not terrible, of course. I guess tonight's win would bring them up to above the LA Kings and be in the third place spot right there. So
Yeah. So
um
it's a pretty
yeah,
tight race for those middle spots and
so
the higher ones.
they're a hit or miss team too at times, I think.
Mm.
Um,
If you look at the goal differential for that division as a whole, I mean,
it's
that's
jumps
crazy.
goes yeah
Well, I mean, your second place is at 0, Kings are at +1, and then Vegas at +18. Then you get into the negatives. Other than
yeah
Seattle, who's a +3, but they're in sixth,
yeah I
the
don't
goal
get that. Yeah,
differential.
that's
So
crazy to think.
they've lost some tight games
Yeah.
and close games.
Um, yeah, and then so yeah, Seattle. Ken, I had higher hopes for Seattle,
You know,
but they're not doing too hot right now. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with them going down the stretch. But
no,
going down the stretch is in like we got like 3 weeks left.
yeah.
But coming up to the trade deadline and everything, and into a Christmas break, All
hmm
Star break coming up soon. So
Yeah, because they've got a solid Decord. The one he only signed, extended this year with them, and he's been, I think he's ten
Concord,
and
yeah.
three or 10-4, and he's been like kind of on their winning factor back there when he's been in net. They've got their
Oh
best
yeah,
chance to win their games, and so it's definitely a good thing they locked him up for an extension because man,
yeah,
he's had a hell of a year right so far.
you know, yeah. And then at the bottom, it hasn't really changed. The Ducks and the Sharks, both at 19. They're kind of bouncing off and down on that
Mm.
bad boy.
They're probably switching
But
back and forth
yeah,
spots.
so and they're tied with points right now. But the only reason why Anaheim's up more is just because they have fewer games than the Sharks. So
Yeah, that's a
um,
lot.
that is kind of crazy. So, but so yeah, Pacific. All these teams right now, except for pretty much, I would say Vegas and probably the Flames. Flames have been doing pretty hot. They were kind of down a little bit, but they're got a good winning streak. But everyone else is kind of hit and miss, and are still trying to figure stuff out. Seems like Vegas has figured some stuff out, and maybe we'll lose a game or two here, but they bounce back with a good win streak, and same with the Flames. So can't really go down
Mm-mm.
negatively on the Flames, which I love. I know I kind of wish that they were going to do bad just so Walker could get up, but that's kind of not happening right now with how good they're doing. So
I would love to see Wolf win the Calder.
mm,
The last time the goalies won that was, I couldn't tell you how long ago, but it's been a minute, and so it'd be really nice, especially with how he's been playing in Calgary. How they've, I think that one of the teams that are under the radar for how they're
yeah,
playing, and
yep,
so it'd be nice to get some recognition.
yeah. All right, going on to the Central. We got to start with the
Started off
Blues.
with it,
We
yeah.
just got to start with the Blues.
It's right in the middle of the pack, number 5,
Number
but
5,
for
right in the
other
middle.
reasons though.
Um, they I saw a video. The reason why they went after Jim was because he had his sights. The GM had his sights on him from be, even before he signed with Boston.
Mm.
And so, yeah, he got fired, and the next day he got hired in the Blues organization, or like a day
Pretty
later.
close. It was.
So
Yeah, it was
Jim
a
literally
few days later.
is again that Boston situation. I think we both agreed it wasn't the coach's fault.
No,
And
head
everything's
coach.
coming out pretty much. Boston has done this like with their last 3 coaches.
Correct. They have.
They've
I've seen
gone
that.
um
And every single coach has found another
another
coaching job within a week
Yeah.
after getting fired.
Yeah. And is that the other two are I think they've won Stanley Cup. I know one won Stanley Cup with the Vegas.
Hmm.
I know that. But yeah, I don't know. We'll get to Boston, but yeah, St. Louis picked up a good coach and
Get their
again,
first win with them in the first game.
exactly. And they're again, it's a tough division.
Yeah.
That's what sucks. But
Mm.
it's a good division for Jim because Jim be like, see, it wasn't me. I played in the toughest division. I got this team into a playoff contention
Yep.
with probably the toughest teams. They're 21 points right now. 24 is next up with Colorado. So, and then it just kind of keeps jumping and jumping. So it's a tough ask, but
It's a climb.
I think St. Louis has a better chance right now than Nashville. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
I think the guys probably are. I mean, maybe I don't know. I mean, they had a good start the season, and they started going back and forth, win and loss, win and loss.
Yeah.
And so I get it. Maybe the coach thing. I don't know how it was before that, but yeah, Jim Montgomery coming in there, good situation I think for him. He's not. They're not too far below 500, but they're not too far out of contention. And yeah, if he could pull them out, and then if they could make it, and Boston doesn't make it, that's gonna be
That would be
that's gonna be a great story at the end of the
be
season.
gnarly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now yeah, I think we both had the Blues hopefully making it, getting a push in that wild card spot.
I mean that's kind of
I
I think that's where we had the Blues.
Yeah.
About other than we had Nashville up there.
Yeah.
Instead, I think we had the Blues down in 6th.
Yeah.
And we had
So
Nashville because they obviously didn't think that they would be doing this bad. And
exactly.
honestly, we're getting to the point where they might already be too far out to come back unless they go on a big. I'm talking 5 to 10 game win streak. They
Which I
need it, and they need it
which
now
I
almost.
thought they were going to because they beat the Jets.
Yeah, they
And I'm
did.
like, here we go. This is the
Yeah,
team
that's a
now.
big win.
This is the team that they finally found what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, they lose the next game.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's
what happened? I'm
yeah,
like, what is going on? Now, do they need to change the players or do they need to change the coach?
yeah, right.
What is
You
like
get
they
rid
got
of
to
does
fix
Trotz get rid of Brunette? I mean, because he's not
some?
being able
Yeah,
to bring these guys together to figure it out. And these guys should be able to figure. These guys honestly shouldn't even need a coach.
yeah,
Should be able to figure it out on their own, for being real.
yeah,
And so like, yeah, really, who do you blame? Or like, do we
yeah. I don't
even
know.
like what do you do now at this point? Can you like how can you switch up lines? Like I'm sure they've already been switched
Oh
up.
yeah,
And so what do you do at this point now?
I don't know. I've been waiting every week.
Because
It's
there's no way
something
they're gonna get
about
rid
it.
of Trotz. Trotz, there's no shot you get rid of
Well,
him as your
try,
GM.
yeah,
Because
because what he did, he brought in top guys. You ain't gonna,
yeah,
yeah.
so
But
that's to be a coach thing then because it's like I brought in the guys that we know they can get it done, but I guess I don't have the guy that can make them get it done.
yeah,
So I got to find somebody. Which is surprising that you have the Blues and Boston get rid of their coach before like Nashville or even Pittsburgh you could say
yeah,
who are in a way worse situation than those two teams are.
yeah.
Like it is kind of crazy, like how some teams are so desperate right now, while others are just like, like I think we're fine, but they're really maybe aren't that fine.
Yeah, like just looking at Nashville, they're literally like if the Blackhawks win one game, their next game, Nashville is the worst in the Central Division.
And almost worse in the league. They're
Yeah, I was
close.
gonna say
They're the
they're
worst. I
close in
think
the
well,
league.
16 points is the bottom, and that's Chicago and Montreal.
Montreal.
Montreal's
So they're
got
the
the tied.
third worst team right now with probably the
Mm,
best lineup.
yeah, by far on paper. You look at
Yeah.
it because it's just and there's no talk of them getting rid of a coach or anything shaking up like that.
You know what's funny? I bet if we go on NHL 25 or whatever and we simmed the season,
That
they would have Nashville top
they'd
10.
probably I would have to assume so
So,
because there's on paper there's no weak point, but it just I don't know I shouldn't play. They're just frustrated. I don't know. Maybe things I think they're doing still too fast. You slow it down,
yeah.
working around. Once you get in there and not just rush things and throw it around. I don't know. Something's got to get figured out and it's got to get fast because yeah, I know it's still over a quarter in, but if you look at that division specifically, Winnipeg's at 36 and Nationals at 17, so we're almost 20 points ahead.
Yeah, like the only spot they can maybe think about, honestly, at this point, because if every team still does what they're doing in this division, which I truly believe they will,
Mm-hmm.
Nashville's only option is the last wild card spot.
Yeah, and that's a tough put. You got to beat out Edmonton and Colorado for that,
Yeah.
and
So
and you have Vancouver right below them with Seattle and St. Louis.
so
So I don't know how you're
you
gonna be able
have
to
to
get.
go. You got to go on a big win streak like you did before,
Yeah,
and
that's like last season when they went on like 25-game win streak or whatever. Like that's got and that was at the end of the season. So I guess we should maybe shut up now because they could actually do it. Because they've got a way better lineup than they they did last
well,
year.
yeah, but you think it'd be a hot? I don't know. Yeah, you never know. It's again, yeah. After that, the trade deadline, everything changes. Everyone knows, okay, my spot's not taken, and everyone plays a little bit with more heart.
You think you'd
But
want to be doing that now though? You're
you
like,
think, but
shit, man, I don't want to get off this team that could potentially win a cup.
yeah. So I don't know. But yeah, going on top of the bracket in the Central here, yeah, you got the Jets that are still the Jets, Minnesota that are 6 points behind them. Dallas is 10 points behind the Jets, but you know, and then Colorado at 24 points. But again, the Jets are a hot team. If you're a betting man, bet the Jets because you're probably more likely going to win. Which the Kings play the Jets tomorrow. Which somehow the Kings will somehow find a way to win, and I'll be like, I don't know what this team is.
Right.
But so yeah, looking good there. Last week Minnesota, I told you that if Creel goes down, it's gonna be hard to win games, and you guys lost. So I know I'm right on that.
You could have said
So,
that with Washington. I mean, they won the other night against Florida, but they lost their first two right away after. Oh, we went no.
okay, but I wasn't talking about that.
I know.
I was I'm talking about the Wild, and
The
that's
thrill.
just because that's just who the Wild are.
Yeah, no,
And
their identity is Kirill the Thrill. Really.
so with the Wild, um again, I said that they were going to have trouble, and yeah, he's day to day. He'll probably be back in a couple days. But again, you played 2 games against the Calgary Flames that are a very tough team. Lost in overtime or a shootout, I think. Um, so okay, good, but that was a good game. You had to find a way to win that game, or the Jets. And the Jets, they're a tough team, and that's a team that you're chasing after, and you lose 4-1 without your guy. Plus, their only goal came from a defenseman. So
and that was their second game, I think, against the Jets, second or third game. So I think it's almost done.
So that and the first line for the Jets scored the empty netter. Other than that, their third or fourth line are the ones that produce the points. So that just, again, all goes to the Jets, that they're just depth is crazy.
Yes.
But with Minnesota, again, if Kirill is out, you're done. I'm sorry. It's just the bottom line.
Yeah, Gustav can't stop everything.
Like, I'll say it once and I'll say it again. You're done. Yes, he'll come back, but again, he still has not been a 82 game guy. He's been out for 2 games now, so he's only can maximum be 80 games. And that's just who it is. Kirill's always a little bit hurt, not for long maybe, but he gets hurt, and that's just how it is.
And that comes from a lot of playing time, you know, because needing him, like you said, that's their team.
So
I mean,
yeah, and look at Kirill. Once he left with 34 points. He had 4 points when we left last week, or 3 points, and Matt is now at 22. Yeah. So it's, again, I want to cheer for, I'll cheer for the Wild all day. But when you don't have your top guy, you guys don't produce well.
Yeah, you're not a top team.
So I think, honestly, if Wild's other guys don't start producing, I know Wild are already saying, yeah, we'll give Kirill whatever you want, but man, if I was Kirill, I'd be like, I want to be on a team where the guys aren't gonna lose when I'm not there.
Yeah,
you're gonna get all this money, and now what's gonna happen?
What if they go for Kreider? I guess they couldn't this year.
Yeah, they can't.
So,
but
this year they couldn't, but next year they could.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's too late or too early for that.
But again, I hope Wild can finally win Stanley Cup, but it's not gonna be this year just because they got no depth.
Yeah.
They got nothing after Kirill. And if you can shut down Kirill, you win every game possible. And when it comes playoff, every team knows how to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a different atmosphere for that.
So I hope them the best, but I don't see it. Just don't see it. Sorry. Because, honestly, that's the thing. For some reason, if Nashville gets to the playoffs somehow, they have a better chance than the Wild do.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
I'm going farther.
If they're both in it, I put money on it.
As long as Nashville's not playing like they are right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because they would have to go on a run and make the playoffs right now.
Yeah,
Nashville.
They'd be having to play a lot better. So I would like to see how they play at that time. But
that's what I'm saying.
If you're looking at it from you would probably that series. If the Wild and Nashville faced off in a series, I bet it'd be 4-1.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. There's just no chance about it. And so, but yeah, that's the Central and that's the West Conference right there. Go to the East because I'm pumped about it because Toronto is on a 4-game win streak and the Florida Panthers on a 4-game losing streak.
And Toronto is still without Matthews. And that is crazy.
What was the stat? It was like 42, 21, and 6. With the record of Matthews gone. Yeah. So they have a winning record when Matthews isn't playing.
Yeah.
So maybe, is it your captain that's
I don't know.
I
Either
don't
way,
know.
I don't think that's the whole case. But I think even with him and like him with him away, yeah, you like it's good to know you can still win. But I mean, with him there, you're gonna. I feel like you've got a good shot, especially when it
Yeah.
comes down to the it's a tie game, the third, you need a goal, or it's a 2-1 game, you're down one and you need one in. Like Matthews is gonna give your best shot at
Yeah.
probably getting one of those in.
Yeah.
Because I mean we've seen it come playoff time. Marner shelf himself,
Yeah.
and
We've
so
seen that.
that's the thing with them is playoff time. A lot of their star players become shells
I haven't,
themselves.
too. I haven't even. I feel like I haven't even heard anything about
Matthews?
Matt or no Marner.
Oh, he's playing great right now. With
Like,
with Matthews' absence, Marner, I know, has been basically taking over the team.
is he?
And
He's
yes,
got 8
and
goals, um, 20 assists, so 28 points. So he's leading the league. Yeah,
yeah.
or leading his team.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That Marner's taking control, which is huge because we heard all that drama kind of in the offseason and about, between like Nylander, Marner and Matthews on the bench, all the yelling, the cussing, saying,
yeah,
what the hell are you doing out there? Like, do something, basically like you have no heart in this or all that, so have to have him come out and have this start of the season for them is like, oh, that's
yeah,
great. They need that because that's what they're gonna need come playoff time. Once they're
yeah.
in there, they're
No,
gonna need they need that from him.
they're looking really good. Again, a very tight uh
Super.
division. At 28 right now with Toronto.
They're
Um,
the low. The first place team on that division is the lowest. Like if you put them in any other division, they'd be third,
yeah,
third or third or less.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, 28, 25 for Florida Panthers. Other Florida 24 with 2 games below the Panthers.
Yeah, but who's the next guy in there? Look at that. Could you believe them? They'd be
What,
in there.
Buffalo
Yeah. Where'd they come
and
from?
Boston are tied. Yeah.
Where the heck did they come from?
Hey, Detroit, they're making a little push too.
Fuck
Gosh,
all
even
those
Ottawa.
teams, dude.
We always talk about that Ottawa. Um, but yeah, you know what? We're gonna just skip to the bottom with Montreal. I did see a thing on Twitter that the guy said that Lane is not coming back this week because they have like back to backs, but maybe see him coming back next week.
That's super early. It seems
That's what
like.
I thought. I'm like, I didn't even know this guy was even skating.
Yeah, I figured he
Um,
would still be in a brace.
yeah.
Or at least
So they
nursing it.
said after that they said I think it was day to day. So I don't know. I guess I should have looked at who it was and maybe screenshotted it, but that's what I saw, and I was because it came from Martin St. Louis. So I was just like, okay. He's like, yeah, he won't come this week because they have like I think Tuesday. Is it Tuesday, Wednesday, and then like Saturday, Sunday, like back to backs, and so they're like, we're not gonna play him, of course. But I don't know. If Patrick comes back. What does that team look like?
Oh, maybe he can give him a spark, and then it'd be nice if he could give him a spark to get going. But I still don't think they get out of the slump they're in without I don't know. They have the offensive capabilities.
Yeah, goaltending. I know we
It's
talked about that
it's goaltending
issue.
and a little bit of defensive struggle. But I don't know. I love their team. I like their team.
I do too. They're
Really
like a
like their
young team, but
yeah, like they're like a great team that is like you think they have so much potential.
yeah,
So that's another one I'm like on the fence of like, well, maybe it's the head coach. If he got them to
well,
where they're at right now, which is great. That was that was maybe that was like his job when he first
yeah,
St. Louis first came in, and now they're looking to make a playoff push. He's just not the guy
right.
to make that push.
Yeah, yeah. Talking about coaches, I know Buffalo got a new coach in Lundy, and I kind of, I downgraded that so much. They're doing so hot right now. They're doing really good, right in the middle of the pack.
7-3 last 10.
Um, and yeah, it's just maybe they're like, hey, here we go, and they got some good wins against good teams and some losses against mediocre teams, but
Yeah, maybe just
if
took a few games as a new coach to get
yeah,
under their belt.
so they might be making a nice push. I do like them at 4 right now.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot for them.
Yeah, if they get up higher, I'd be very surprised. Again, they can be. They're one game away of being second.
With the way
So,
Tampa's been, again, like they had a dominant win against Colorado the
yep,
other night, in which we saw
yep,
Colorado very frustrated. But before that, Tampa was on a little bit of a losing streak and then more inconsistent play as well. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. So if they continue that, Buffalo goes in some streaks.
Yeah.
This division is going to be interesting come the end of the year, I feel like. It's going to be
'cause,
really interesting.
Going to Tampa again, like Tampa Bay was a team that got hot at right off the start.
Mhm.
Super hot. And then they died down. And so now it's like, where are they at? They got to find. I think they're probably at the medium right now, but they got to stay hot to the pedal and just go.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm excited to see again that vision. I'm excited to see what happened to Boston. Of course, you fire a coach. All the guys even on the team say that's on them.
It is.
It's not the coach's fault. It's on them. And now they got to go through that process again of, okay, freaking let's go. We gotta take care of business, and they have.
They won two, but then they lost. Yeah. I don't know, are they still down? Did they lose today?
They're a 2-game winning streak, so.
Well, it looks like they might be losing here tonight because the Canucks. I will say this right now: Canucks have 13 shots on goal with that one goal. Boston's got 30.
That's crazy.
Nothing.
But
Canadians and Utah are in overtime. Canadians have 14 shots on goal.
Probably a good game to watch just because how crappy they are.
14 shots on goal from the Canadians. 2 goals. I know we talked about the Canadians having bad goal play, but
apparently Utah.
Utah has had a bad one this year.
But yeah, I don't know. Again, I'd like to see Detroit get going.
God, yeah, I know. I'm so with you on that.
But yeah,
it's crazy. A minus 19 differential for Boston. I just can't believe that.
Yeah, that
especially after the Swayman contract, all that. He's playing. It's just like maybe you should have kept Allmark.
Should have, but again, they're a little bit higher in seed right now. So
yeah.
Whatever. Okay, so that's the Atlantic right there.
Yeah, these are
pretty good.
Looking at the Atlantic too. Yeah, Florida's that 4-game losing streak where everyone's on a win streak. Everyone's on a win streak.
Except for, yeah.
Except for Montreal, but everyone else is on a win streak.
So, okay, man, your division. Talk about your Caps.
Yeah, they won the other night against Florida, so they gave them extended their losing streak to 4, which was a needed win after losing both to Colorado and the Devils, I think it was.
So yeah.
And so they were both like 1-goal games, 2-goal games. It was a 2-1 loss to Colorado. I don't know. I think they're just first game. You'd think they'd come out strong with the Ovi injury, especially how it went. The game with Ovi getting injured, but came back, fought hard against Florida. They played all 3 periods dominating Florida, so that's a good sign that they were able to dominate a top team like that. Marchenko got his empty net goal, which is actually it was a hard fought goal he had to actually fight for. Yeah, Burnett, I think I'm not too worried. I'm not worried about them. They're sitting in a great spot. This is a hard division, man. It's that top 4, because I guess you can. I guess I don't know. Rangers are right now. I don't know why they're on freak out mode, because I think any other team would want that record, really, if you're already not in that spot.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand the big freak out that they're in, but yeah, I'm happy to be where we're at right now. Carolina is just getting better by the day. It's kind of scary, and New Jersey is just. It's right there. It's just, they have the 3 more games. So that's just how it is.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know what Bauer is talking about with New York Rangers, is they came out saying they are willing to get rid of Kreider and Trouba, which Trouba was a big question mark throughout the beginning of the season.
Yes, the whole offseason.
We talked about, if they're going to make a decision, they got to come out publicly and saying this guy's our captain.
Yep.
But as now it's kind of showing they don't care that he's a captain. They're gonna send him out if someone wants him for a good deal. See Kreider on that list. Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
To be honest,
Zibanejad.
Yes.
Yep. I knew you'd say that. It's the same thing I was thinking.
Because again, he's a superstar.
Yes.
But One game, I don't know what game it was.
No, I know it. I know when you're
Three
talking.
turnovers
Yep.
that turned into goals.
Yep. I know exactly.
Your
that
star
game you're
player
talking
cannot do that. And Kreider is a guy that's consistent all the time.
about.
And yeah, like I understand you could probably get rid of Kreider and get something good out of him, but man,
And there were multiple one-timers that he whiffed on.
Yeah.
And it's not like they were bad passes. Like, he straight up whiffed.
so I don't know. I hope Kreider again. There's little talks out there that if somehow Canes can pick him up, that'd be great. I think every team would love to have him.
Yeah.
But
That's a 35 like goal scorer right there.
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know who he goes to. I'm excited to see where he goes to. Gosh, what if
I know
somehow the Jets? I don't know. I just had a feeling like what if like the Jets is like, you know what, screw it.
I think New York would be like, nah, screw that. We're not giving these guys a super team, even though like they have.
What
They
if
built
what
their
if it's a
super
good
team.
deal? What if it's a good deal?
I don't know who the Jets would give up, to be honest, because there's no way if I'm the Jets, I would want to break up that chemistry that's going on in that locker room
hey,
right
I'm
now.
just saying, dude, how crazy would that be?
That would be crazy, but maybe we look to see Kreider go to
Nashville.
maybe Nashville, switch
Pittsburgh.
up things in Nashville, or
Go to
Edmonton.
Ooh, I
Edmonton
like
could make a
Edmonton.
trade.
I like Edmonton a lot. That could make a lot of sense.
They could make a push for something.
That could make a lot of sense.
Evid, maybe I don't know. Do you? Nah, that'd be stupid. I guess I don't know. I don't know how their contracts are and where they're at in their contracts, but like Hyman. He's had a shaky start.
Edmonton would be smart because you never play them unless you're in the Stanley Cup Finals.
No.
And that's probably the best scenario. But yeah, Edmonton could get rid of. Well, Kreider's a little bit older, so they would have to give up someone older.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
I'd
excited.
have to look more at the roster.
I like that. Again, I'm a Pacific guy, but Edmonton he would look dope with an Edmonton. That'd be stud.
He'd look interesting with the orange and blue instead of the red, white, and blue.
Let's see. Here's the thing. He's a center, so he'd be a third line center.
Yeah. Imagine a
You know what I mean?
35 goal scorer on your third line.
So, yeah, who can play with him, and if Kaner gets back somehow and he's somewhat healthy, dude, that could be that would change Edmonton a lot.
I think so.
If Edmonton would get Kreider somehow,
And he's a great leader.
Yeah,
he's a leader. He's been a captain before, I'm pretty sure, or assistant.
That would change. That would change a lot for that.
It would definitely change the locker room.
So yeah, Rangers are. I don't want to say.
I mean, they're on a 3-game losing streak, but still, like you're 12-7.
They should be in a panic, anyways.
Yeah. You're 12-7. You have 25 points. Okay, 25 points in the Atlantic puts you in second. 25 points in the Central, a little bit harder, but it puts you in fourth. And 25 points in the Pacific puts you in third.
Yeah. If you look, if you even look at wild card spots, they're in a wild card spot right now.
Yeah, and there's and that's got room to and they're sitting good in that wild card spot.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's kind of it's yeah. Rangers are freaking out for no reason right now.
I mean, they do. I will say this: they do probably rely on Shesterkin too much.
Yeah.
Because the last 2 games he's played, I think one 38 shots, the other almost 50 shots. And so when you're facing that many shots, no crap, you're gonna let some goals in. That. And again, he is human. He's only human, man. He can only do so much, And so like they've got to help him out and they're getting into shooting lanes and blocking more shots to avoid those high shots for games. But other than those guys, Islanders. Yeah. Middle pack.
Columbus, they're still low, but they are actually better. Their last 10 I think is not terrible.
4-5-1 in the last 10.
Like
they're on a 3-game win streak.
Yeah, exactly. Is what I'm thinking. Like that 3-game win streak is what caught my eyes. I'm like, they're the last 10's not great, but their last 10's better than their last their last 3 is really good.
Yeah, and holy crap, they've on their wins. Carolina 5-4 in a shootout. Tampa Bay 7-6 in a win, and then Boston 5-1.
Exactly.
And you know what's funny? They're the team that got Jim Montgomery fired. Because that is the game right after that Montgomery got fired.
Yeah.
By Boston.
So
you're right. Yeah, Colorado. Those are big team wins.
Yeah.
Holy. And
so
before
Columbus,
that they had Pittsburgh. They had won against.
So yeah, Columbus 500 team right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're technically 4 games back from the Devils. Devils got 4 more games. Of course, 4 games aren't going to make them anything, but 4 games could make them a wild card spot right now.
Correct. It
But
could.
so yeah, I don't know, Columbus a little bit.
God, that'd be awesome. They can make it into a wild card spot though.
Yeah. You know
Just
who's a stud right now? Sean.
Marchenko.
No, Sean.
Oh, Monahan.
He's
Yeah.
been
Is he on a
like
fire right now?
he's been crazy good, and I think, of course, people are saying, he signed a big deal to play with Johnny. That was
Yep.
his big thing, was to play with Johnny, and now that Johnny's gone, he's been stepping up, and he's been like he's gonna break his records, his personal records, easily
nice.
this year.
Set career highs.
Yeah, so he's been a stud, but
That's good. They need that from him too, because that's a leader on that team.
so yeah, Columbus look maybe a little push and make a good little winning streak going, especially against big games. That should be, or big teams. That should be a confidence booster. And
yeah, well, yeah,
hopefully
because
we can do something
looking earlier in the month, the games they lost were to bottom teams. So looks like they
Yeah.
play really well against those top teams, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But you need to, if they can get them wins where you're playing your middle to lower bottom tier teams, that's just gonna be even better.
Yeah.
I just can't believe what I'm looking at below them though. I don't think I've ever seen that in my
let's get
life.
to 'em.
I don't think I've seen that in my
Pittsburgh, yeah,
lifetime.
I don't know, dude.
Have you ever seen that in your lifetime?
No, not Pittsburgh.
No, I think that's the last team we think would be down there.
Yeah, when you say, oh, hey, Crosby and Malkin, where do you think they're ranked at right now? Just those two. Their team, yeah, they're probably maybe wild card spot or probably leading their league or something, or division. Now they're dead last.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm wondering when the last time and like this isn't just 3 games in to where they've only played one to where they're gonna be at the bottom. We're 23 games in, almost 25, a quarter in, and they're at the bottom.
This is what torques me off is they say everybody's for sale, come and get them, but they're not dishing anything.
Nothing.
Like, you're telling me no one has came to call, like, oh yeah, I want Erickson, I want Latane, I want, like, you're
Bunting,
telling me nobody's coming to
Boulevard.
call. I think that was all talk to hopefully get those guys going, and it didn't work. And
Obviously.
I don't know I know everyone wants Crosby out of there to go to Colorado.
I know, and that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, folks. That's
Everyone
never gonna
wants
happen.
that, but Colorado has no space for it. Well, they could maybe make space for
the trade.
Sid,
they could trade, and Colorado definitely has a couple pieces. I feel like they trade for.
But it's just like them and Nashville, 2 teams that I think could do really good, but they're not doing anything. They're not keeping up with their promises. Again, I think it was a scare tactic, and it just didn't work. So they got to figure something out. Yeah. And honestly, I wouldn't mind like those 2 trading, because I feel like there's good pieces that both teams could maybe connect better with. But again, that probably won't happen because one bad team to another bad team is just not going to happen. But
yeah, and I couldn't tell you what really a big solution. I mean, holy shit, -34 on the goal differential.
Goaltending we knew was going to be an issue.
Yeah, I think that's the worst. That's the worst in the league. That's even worse than San Jose. So that tells me, yeah, we know the goalies have been struggling, but that also says that they're not getting any help on the defensive end, and they're not, and again they're not scoring.
Yeah.
That's their problem. Is Crosby and Malkin aren't 33 years old, 34 years old anymore. They're not, they're 30 years old. They're not in their prime. They can't get, they can't make the same plays that they used to. They still, I'm not getting wrong. They're not. It's not like they're playing bad because they're playing good, but it's just game's a lot faster now. There's a lot more skilled players now, and so there's going to be a lot more scoring chances. And you have to capitalize on those. And there's going to be a lot more times you're going to make mistakes that where you can't make mistakes.
Yeah.
I think they're not capitalizing on those, and they're making too many mistakes.
I think, yeah, like their team is probably, honestly, I bet if we looked up, they're probably one of the top oldest teams.
They're second, I believe, oldest. I think. Actually, I don't know yet.
I feel like if, like, take Malkin, because Crosby's not going anywhere.
No.
But if you take Malkin, I can just tell if he would be like a third string wing or third string center, that his game would be so much better. Like someone.
But do you think that's what he wants though? Like, do you think that
know.
he'd be okay with that? Like personally, like, because when I think of him, I don't know. I'm not saying he's got a big ego, but in his younger days, the Geno days, he
Yeah,
seemed like he kind of did. Not in a bad way though. Like he was very confident in himself
yeah, but
and
I
not
just I don't
asking.
know. I feel like if he's on a good like take Edmonton. If
Mhm.
Edmonton, Edmonton's two guys that are centers, Draisaitl and McDavid. If you add like a guy like Malkin on that third line, it's makes that team better, but it's gonna make him better because he doesn't have to play all these top minutes.
Yeah,
And that's what I think is killing them is that you're trying to get Crosby and Malkin and all these guys that are older all these top minutes, and it shouldn't be that way.
yeah,
So
yeah. He shouldn't be giving the younger guys more so of the minutes,
yeah,
at
so I
least to
just
get something in there going, to get just at least get them going.
yeah, so I don't
'Cause
know. I don't like it. I want to see some movement. There's no movements happening other than in Nashville. I think I saw the thing that they got rid of like everybody from their 2020 draft picks from like waivers or
Oh yeah, correct.
trading
Yes.
like something
Yeah.
like
There's at
that.
least like 6 to 8 of them, all under 20. They're like 20, 23 year olds,
Yeah.
all gone.
So I don't know what's going on there. Like that's not what
Well,
I
that's just
thought Nashville
people
was gonna
giving
do.
up on their like they're freaking kids, man. Like yeah, they're 21, 22, 23, but like I don't know, even though I'm 27, I still feel like they're like still kind of kids. Like they're still young. There's still a lot of more room to grow.
Yeah.
And so like I feel
But I
like
don't
it's
know if
given.
that's yeah, like I understand like yeah, they're getting but I don't think any of those guys are playing in the NHL. That's the thing I'm
Well,
like
Askarov was one of them, so you're right.
okay.
Not, but like, no, you're right. Like, there's a couple of them on that list that were, but yeah, you're right. Some of them
So I just
they weren't
like
there yet,
what's
or maybe they're not given an opportunity though, because
yeah, which I understand, but like that's not the moves I want to see them making. Like they're doing all this stuff, but is that trying to build up for something more?
mm,
Like, okay, this is what we're doing so we can go get another guy. Is that what they're thinking? Or or I don't know. I don't know what they're going after. Are they trying to fill up some more space to go after a big guy? I don't know. Like there's got to be something Nashville's doing to it just I don't know. What they're doing now is not helping. So
no,
I just don't get why they're getting rid of these guys that are not playing in the NHL or not playing a lot in the NHL. Why you're just getting rid of them? Like there's got to be something more to it.
yeah, and that's something I guess we'll find out in the later years when it comes down to it. When you got,
Or well, that's the thing. If they're trying to make a move right now, then Trotz is doing something, calculating something out,
yeah,
and there's going to be a move. I'm assuming happening very soon with Nashville because of what's these little transactions are happening.
Mhm.
Just kind of like how we saw the Blues doing some transactions for those offer sheets, kind of came out of the blue. I don't. Of course, there's not going to be a offer sheet happening, but
yeah,
there's going to be some type of move that's going to happen. I feel like
yeah.
with Nashville, with these guys just getting canned.
I know it'll be interesting to see.
So
Oh yeah, and I just amazed Pittsburgh just where they're at right now, and like
yeah,
where my Caps are at. It's just crazy to me. I can't believe it. And they play the Canucks next on Wednesday.
yeah. So I don't know. Some teams again, Nashville and Pittsburgh. I want to see them move. I want to see
Mm-mm.
something happen to try to make
Mm-mm.
their teams better, and I just
But
don't
see,
see
I
it
just
happening.
can't understand. You have Pittsburgh and you have the Rangers, New York, come out and say everybody's, or not everybody. I should say Rangers have their two guys, whatever they say, but they're desperate mode. Same thing, Penguins. Everybody's available, whatever this or that. Then like, yeah, you have Nashville, who are worse than both almost, and not a peep.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I don't.
Because
It's,
they must not be hitting the panic button yet, or they must think
I
something's gonna
thought
go
it was a
right.
panic button for both of them,
I
but apparently
think
not.
so.
I don't know, but I don't know. Very interesting. Again,
It'll just
I
make for
said
the
it
trade
last.
deadline.
Yeah, I said it last week, and I'll say it again. Pittsburgh and Nashville look for something to happen, but
Mhm.
I don't know. We'll see. But
I didn't think that because I wouldn't have thought that Boston would have fired their coach before
mhm.
those two teams,
like, yeah, I would maybe
or
give
even
it like
St. Louis.
another week. But yeah, I don't. Again, I know St. Louis wanted Jim a long time ago, so that GM said he's like, I knew he was coming out, I knew where we were at, and I just said I need to switch it now, and that's what he did. So
Yeah. And if they come and they make playoffs, then that's a great move by him.
they're making playoffs, dude.
Yeah.
I'm calling it right now. It's gonna be a tough challenge, but you hear it first. They're making it. So, all right, guys, that's what's going on around the NHL. We are gonna hop in right to our beer league clip of the week.
Scoot forward because I'm blind. Back. Can't see.
You can't see.
No, I don't have my contacts in.
Good job. Awesome. Okay, so in this week's beer clip, we have an interesting one. Hopefully this isn't too loud for you guys.
I would probably turn it down.
I'd turn it down. It does kind of echo. No, not really echo, but there's a little background noise to it. I'll point out what you're got to be looking for, and then just pure chaos. So it's gonna be right up in this corner by the mouth, right here. So that right there gets that guy mad, the little guy in the white, and he comes, nut cups him.
Did he do it with his stick?
Yeah, he went right up. So little munchkin guy is not happy. I don't know what's happening there. Takes his stick. This is that little white guy's stick, and bam! Smashes it.
$100.
Yep. I'm just realizing now, this goalie's actually very small, dude.
Is he standing?
Yeah, he's standing.
He wasn't leaning over?
No.
He's standing on his two.
Look, he's bent over here, and his head's at the crossbar. But yeah, again, this guy right here, I don't know what happened. I've been trying to look at this. Like, the guy just fell. Like, the feet maybe got caught together.
Is the guy in front, is his stick back?
Yeah, it's
like, did he get caught? Like,
it could have been. No, I don't know. Maybe when he was transferring over, he hit his whatever. But one, you don't do that, okay?
No, like what the?
In beer league, in any league, you don't just jam your stick in a guy's groin.
No.
Makes no sense. So he does that, and then they start tussling.
How come he lost his stick?
Well, that's the black guy's stick. So he got hit in the nuts, and his stick. Right, so his stick, he went right to protect the nuts. And then it's just kind of push and shove. Somehow, this guy lets go of his stick. And now he's like, what did I do, man? What did I do? And bam. This guy gets kicked out. And
the bench is laughing.
Yeah, benches are laughing. This guy picks up his stick. That's what I think is funny.
I want the white guy grab that
Yeah,
guy's
why
stick
did you
and go
not
there.
take your... Yeah, why do you not go back? We'll watch it one more time, but like, why didn't you? Oh yeah, no. So yeah, little board battle. Gets tangled, tripped, whatever.
His feelings hurt.
Takes a little nut cup check. That hurt. But like right here, why don't you get that stick?
Each grab
Yeah.
stick.
You're gonna smash my stick. I'll smash your stick. Like, you know when he took off that he was gonna go do that. Sorry.
I bet that guy didn't know. I bet he was like this, and that's right when he got the net.
Yeah, then he picks up his stick and goes to the bench.
I
Or
love
goes to the locker room, I guess.
I love watching grown adult children fight. That's too good. I love that.
Stupid, dude.
I love it.
So yeah, don't be doing that.
The guy went
You're in
home
beer
and
league.
the guy went home and cried to his wife. This bully, he broke my stick
Yeah.
because I speared him.
You know what's funny? Backus will say, "Hey, just so you guys know, every hockey guy's career, it ends in beer league."
Yes, it does. I have yet. See, mine's not over yet because I haven't done beer league yet. So my career is still active, right?
No. If you're an alum for any team, your career's over. Sorry. But yeah, so even if you play hockey right now, roads lead to beer league, and this is what you shouldn't be doing in beer league.
Yeah,
or in your league in general.
Come on, man. We don't want to be doing that. Hurting enough
No.
going on outside. That,
Dude,
that's
just
the
think.
last thing we want.
It's beer. Well, beer league, I ain't wearing a cup. I'll tell you that much right now.
I think I probably
No,
would. I
I-
don't know.
Dude, no. I've been telling one of our players, dude, like,
How's it feel?
free.
How's it?
It's like
I wouldn't
free
know
at
what that
last,
feels
so
like,
free at last,
Because
man.
I've never played without it. Well, it feel like just outdoor rink then, right?
free at last,
Duh.
baby. Feels
Jesus
great.
Christ.
It feels great.
Which looks like we'll be able to hit the outdoor rink this year
Yeah.
because it won't be so hot.
Matt told me that friggin' lake in Watertown is already frozen.
Is it already froze like
Yeah.
for ice fishing frozen?
No, it's the first layer of everything. The
Oh.
whole thing's frozen, but not like inches.
Already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Talked to him
Actually,
today.
which is weird.
I was pumped.
How? That's crazy because we haven't. It hasn't
Well, it
gotten like.
snowed there, and so I think the
Did it
snow.
snow a lot?
Yeah, they got some good piles there.
Oh, because like we barely got any. So
Yeah, they were at 4 inches last week, I think.
Oh wow! Oh my God! Thank God! I don't have my snowblower out yet, so I don't want that right now.
So yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
For ice fishing.
Wow.
And it's shacky. Hopefully.
I can't believe it's already frozen over.
Yeah. So I'm
Jeez.
excited. So. But yeah, guys. Again, happy Thanksgiving. We will be back next Tuesday, start of December.
Yeah. Holy crap! Really? Yeah, you're right. Jeez, we're getting there. We're moving along quite fast.
These games go quick when you do a podcast every week.
I know.
But
yeah, like last night, there's 11 games on.
I know.
Jesus.
Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. Again, subscribe if you haven't already here on YouTube. We are also on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Check us out over there as well. So, in the meantime, again, have a good rest of your night. Have a good week. Have a good Thanksgiving. Get stuffed up.
Yeah, if you eat that gobble gobble, that turkey.